One man is in the hospital after police say he was shot by another man during an argument about a weed eater. Coming up, we'll hear from the victim's friend.
Several days after the health department said they found rodent droppings inside Red Bang Bang, the doors are back open and the crowds are here.
More storms are in the forecast for flood-ravaged West Virginia. We'll show you the damage and the cleanup coming up.
This is WKYT News at 4:30.
Good afternoon. Sam Dick and Amber Philpott reporting. A fight in an Anderson County neighborhood over a weed eater ended with one man shot and the other in jail.
One of the men is charged with attempted murder after a shooting in Anderson County at a mobile home park on Versailles Road in Lawrenceburg. WKYT's Mike Byer has reaction from the neighborhood. It's our top story at 4:30.
He's a really good person, and it should have never happened to him.
Tony Carmack lives in the Corn Golden Acres trailer park in Lawrenceburg. He says he can't believe his friend was shot over a weed eater.
Chuck thought that he had just laid it up there, and I guess Matt was mad and wanted it back for some reason and told Chuck to lay it down, and I guess Chuck didn't take him serious, thought he was, kidding with him.
Carmack says that's when the unthinkable happened.
The man came out with a gun. He took that gun away from him and unloaded it and laid it down, and then the old man went inside his house, got another gun, and shot him through the screen of his house into his right shoulder.
As a result, Lawrenceburg police charged Hugh Matthew Robinson with attempted murder. Now, Carmack says Robinson has told him and other neighbors that he has shot people before.
He's always telling that tale around and stuff. Most of us, because he was old, just took it as an old man talk.
But it became very real yesterday. The victim was taken to UK hospital with a gunshot wound to his shoulder.
Everybody was asking him, Chuck, are you okay? And he's, yeah, I'm fine.
Something Carmack says was wonderful to hear because he says his friend is always there for him.
He helps people like me that's disabled. He's built a porch for me up there, put a roof on it and stuff to help me out.
In Lawrenceburg, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Robinson is currently behind bars at the Shelby County Detention Center. A restaurant near UK's campus is back open today after being temporarily shut down by the health department.
Red Bang Bang on West Maxwell Street was closed after health inspectors found mouse droppings inside the restaurant. The inspection came at the request of the owner after a customer said she found a dead mouse in her meal. Sean Moody reports the restaurant is giving out free meals to everyone today who comes in.
If there were any lingering concerns, you wouldn't know it. A line stretched out the front door of Red Bang Bang throughout the early afternoon, and every person who walked through the front door saw a 100% score posted in the window.
The story goes back a week or so. Someone on Facebook claimed they found a dead mouse in their meal. Red Bang Bang's management said they asked the health department to do an inspection. During that inspection, the health department said they found rodent droppings, but no sign of food contamination. Since that day last week, the restaurant was closed pending another inspection this morning. They got a 100 on that follow-up, and the doors reopened. Everyone who comes in today gets a free meal. The line stretched out the door throughout the early afternoon. Owner Kai Dong said he was overwhelmed by the turnout.
Well, I just want to thank everybody who coming out today, and thanks everybody who didn't have a chance to come out today. Thank you very much.
Now, as far as that original Facebook post that started this whole thing, the owner said he's looking to move past that. He says people will believe what they choose to believe, but he's thankful for the community support. In Lexington, Sean Moody, WKYT.
And the owner said they upgraded a lot of their equipment while they were closed. Another steamy day here in the Bluegrass with storms firing up this afternoon, especially in southeastern Kentucky.
But some relief is coming as we head toward our midweek. We want to check in now with Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey. We could use some relief.
Yeah, we were going to get it over the next 2 to 3 days. Humidity levels are going to drop. It's going to feel like late September for a couple of days. But to get there, it's a little bumpy out there this afternoon and evening into parts of southeastern Kentucky. Look at our Jackson cam compared to the others. A couple of things stand out. Well, the temperature is 71, but look in the distance. Notice the fog on the hillside. We had a thunderstorm blow through downtown Jackson not long ago. 87 Lexington and Frankfort. London 86 with a nearby thunderstorm dropping that temperature a couple of degrees. Those thunderstorms have indeed been more prominent across southeastern Kentucky. Into the Bluegrass region, Richmond down toward Berea. Maybe a little thunder and lightning with that one. Contrast that storm with what's going on into southeastern Kentucky. Heading toward the Hazard area, Hyden, Manchester, Clay County. Showers, thunderstorms, some very heavy rains diving on in right on toward the Dice area, 267, and eventually that'll work across Leslie County and working into Harlan County. Those were counties that were hard hit last week by flash flooding. Showers and storms across parts of Virginia and between Barberville and Williamsburg now. Showers and thunderstorms. Whatever is out there this evening is scattered and mainly across southeastern Kentucky with temperatures that'll hover around 70 by 11 o'clock or so this evening. Now, when I come back in just a few minutes, we have got that big cool down that is on the way for the next few days. The all-important hour-by-hour forecast, guys, shows some very cool numbers in a few.
Chris, thank you. More rain could bring even more heartache to portions of West Virginia that have been devastated by a week of flooding.
And the National Weather Service says that something like this happens about once every 1,000 years. Chris Van Cleve is in Clendenin, West Virginia.
I don't think reality's even set in yet.
This is what reality in Clendenin, West Virginia looks like. Melissa and several generations of the Sanders family lived side by side, right in the path of the rain-swollen Jackson Creek.
My mother-in-law's house is ruined. My brother-in-law's house is ruined. My other brother-in-law's house washed away.
Bill Sanders did not make it out of one of those houses. Diana is his widow.
37 years, right here with that man. This was my life. Everything's gone. But I feel him here.
The damage from Thursday's flooding is far worse than first thought. Over 500 homes in one county alone have been badly damaged or destroyed. In Clendenin, at least 100 are gone. Crews have been working around the clock to clear debris and get the lights back on, as volunteers have brought food and supplies to those in need. Nearly 100 roads remain closed. Soldiers and first responders have been going door to door in hard-hit areas.
It's okay.
A woman desperate to rescue a litter of puppies trapped for days in this house flagged down the National Guard. First out of the house is Private First Class Jay Meadows, carrying a scared and hungry pit bull puppy through the waist-deep water.
Oh, you just got rescued, baby.
Inside that box, 5 baby Pomeranian Chihuahuas and their mom close behind. Finally,
Oh, they got Allie, thank God.
Allie the pit bull, all carried to safety. Scenes like this are common across West Virginia today. There is federal aid now available. Because the state's been declared a federal disaster area, FEMA funds are available. People can start applying for that now. Damage assessment teams are going out across the state to try to get a clearer sense of how bad it is. That as more rain is in the forecast for today. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Clendenin, West Virginia.
The current death toll is 23 after 2 men who were presumed dead were found alive this morning.
A Christian resource group out of Nashville found that 2/3 of Americans believe Christians face increasing intolerance. The study by Lifeway Christian Resources also found that nearly half of Americans feel Christians complain too much about how they're treated. A Kentucky pastor says he can foresee a time in the future when churches might lose their tax-exempt status, or when speaking out against homosexuality might be considered a hate crime.
A lot of the issues that we're coming up against brings us to this cliff, and we're right on the edge of it.
I think there's no question that evangelicals think that in one way they've kind of lost their home field advantage.
Tonight on WKYT News at 6, Faith and Politics, a look at one Kentucky church's perspective on their religious freedoms.
In less than 2 weeks, a huge attraction will open in northern Kentucky. The grand opening for Ark Encounter in Grant County is July 7th. But unlike Noah's Ark, there will not be live animals on board. There will be, though, a petting zoo and a zip line. Tickets are $40 for adults. The $92 million Bible-focused theme park is still hiring. There will be a job fair Thursday night. Anyone looking to apply must sign a statement of faith. The Kentucky State Fair Board is also hiring. They're looking to fill more than 150 positions by the end of next month. Those include admissions, security, and traffic control. If you're interested in applying, we have more information on WKYT.com. The State Fair runs this year from August 18th to the 28th. This week is a big one for some young women who hope to be crowned the next Miss Kentucky. Deanne Stevens is out and about. She joins us from the University of Kentucky campus, where those women have just moved in for the week. Hi, Deanne.
Good afternoon, guys, from the SAE house here at the University of Kentucky campus. I have no bobby pins to keep my crown on, and Miss Thompson-Lex is probably happy for that. But you're willing to trade that in for another crown, aren't you?
Of course, I'd love to trade mine in for Clark's over there, but
Clark's like, I got a few more days, holding on tight to that. Miss Kentucky contestants here this week all celebrating being a pageant winner, because every single one of them representing different pageants. Tell me your name and what pageant you represent.
I'm Abby Frazier, and I represent Miss Heart of the Parks.
I'm Charlie Schaefer, and I'm Miss Grayson.
You're pretty.
I'm Alexis Murray, and I'm Miss Black U of L.
And if I had a longer arm, I'd come over there. You're Miss Beautiful and Miss Gorgeous and Miss Fantastic, right? One more.
I'm Hope LeMaster, Miss Ashland area.
And everybody wants to be what? This is some stiff competition here. What I love about what the contestants do all week is they're giving back to the community here at the Kentucky Children's Hospital. All of these, hold up your toys, all of these toys are going to the patients at the Kentucky Children's Hospital. They're going to visit the veterans tomorrow at the VA. Talk a bit about that and why that is so important for you guys to do.
The VA is just a really incredible experience because we actually get to meet people that have served our country and ask them where they served, and it's really great to hear their experiences and their stories, and it's really nice to get to hear from your heroes, and it's truly the best day.
Yeah, and it's also neat that you guys are able to give back, because a lot of folks may say, those are pageant girls, they just like to look pretty. That's not what this is about. This is a scholarship pageant.
yes, it is a scholarship pageant, and it's a great opportunity for many young women and the people that we can serve to really reach out and better ourselves and those around us.
Okay, well, there's three young ladies who know well about that opportunity. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Allie Nault. I'm from New Hampshire, and I'm Miss America's Outstanding Teen.
I'm Chapel Tinius, and I'm your newly crowned Miss Kentucky's Outstanding Teen.
I'm Clark Davis. I am your current Miss Kentucky for a couple more days, ladies. Thank you.
You three know all about the pageant system. This is a fun thing for folks to participate in, these contestants, but more so, you need people to come out and cheer them on, right?
Absolutely. All of these girls are wonderful, and I'm so excited to get to hear who takes home the crown this weekend.
And this young lady may not be so excited. She's got to give the crown up. How do folks get tickets?
You can get tickets through the Singletary Center for the Arts. We have 2 preliminary pageants Thursday and Friday at 7 p.m. And our final night where somebody will take this away is Saturday at 6 p.m.
Okay, you guys want to take it away, right? Okay, tell everybody, come support Miss Kentucky.
Come support Miss Kentucky.
I'm Deanne Stevens, out and about supporting the Miss Kentucky contestants. You can too this weekend here at the University of Kentucky. Back to you guys.
Deanne, thanks so much. 2015 was a big year for the Voice winner and Kentucky native Jordan Smith. 2016, though, is turning out to be a pretty good one, too. Smith and his fiancée, Kristen Denny, tied the knot this weekend. People magazine reports the two of them married in Middlesboro. Smith proposed to Denny shortly after winning the Voice last year.
I'm ready for cooler temperatures. This weekend, I'd put on a shirt. 5 minutes later, sweaty. Change the shirt, you know.
Yeah, not much fun, is it?
Maybe I should go shirtless, but probably not. You don't want to see that.
Well, hold on. Before you take the shirt off, Chris, I think we're going to get some relief for him, right, before he does that.
Listen, I'm going to bring some relief now to keep the shirt on. All right, we're gonna cool it down over the next couple of days. To get there, it's a little bumpy into parts of, especially eastern Kentucky. Check out this gorgeous shot out of Jackson. That's high on top of the mountain at the airport. National Weather Service looking out at the fog, those low clouds after a thunderstorm. 86 Frankfort, Lexington into London. London, you got some showers and thunderstorms close by. A lot of this action, though, right now continues to be along and south of Interstate 64, especially southeastern Kentucky. Storms down there packing a punch with some heavy rain, high winds. We'll keep an eye on the creeks and the streams as that complex of showers and thunderstorms continues to dive its way from northwest to southeast. So across the Lexington area, let's get into traffic right now. Got a couple of slow spots to tell you about. A couple of accidents. One just popping up I-75 southbound near Kentucky 52. That is near Richmond, so we may start to see a backup there. Downtown Lexington, everything is okay, but also on Interstate 75 near the Man o' War exit. This on northbound accident there at the 108, so keep that in mind if you're going to be traveling, guys. Couple of impacts on I-75.
Chris, thank you. An unusual procedure for a fish and a sneaky bear. It's the video that will have you talking. Take a look at this.
It's no secret that pet lovers can sometimes do the unthinkable, and this Missouri woman is living proof after she gave her one-eyed pet goldfish an extreme makeover. Julie Morgan loves her fish, especially one in particular, Kiwi. Recently, Kiwi had been getting picked on by others in his tank for being half blind.
Aww.
Well, it got so bad, Morgan says she had to eventually remove him with no other options. The vet, and I didn't know they could do this, removed Kiwi's eye entirely and replaced it with a prosthetic one.
It's going to be the best chance for him to be able to lead a normal life in his tank.
A lot of people probably would say, yes, put him down. Go ahead, it's just a fish. Well, my opinion is nothing is just a something. And if I could give him quality of life, why not? If they thought I was a crazy fish lady for doing all this for one fish, that's okay.
I'm not judging.
Nope.
Everybody's pets, they're different. Okay. Kiwi's surgery was a success, and he's now back in the tank with his fellow fish, you'll be happy to know, who no longer pick on him.
Yeah, nobody likes a bully, especially in the fish tank, so take that. All right, this next story you have to see to believe. Watch this bear nosing through a homeowner's garbage in Washington. There you see it. Picks up a bag and carries it off on two legs just like a human. Neighbors first became suspicious of the trash invader after many people started waking up to trash scattered throughout the neighborhood. So one night, a couple stayed up late and captured the grisly scene on camera. When you first see that video, I think it's someone in a bear suit.
Yeah,
but
I mean, because he's just walking along like a person there with, here, I got this, I'm going to take off with it.
It's got somewhere to be with that trash. All right, on that note, please stick with us. Here's what we're working on for you now at 5 o'clock.